that I think people need to be a lot louder. I feel like we really hope that people will do it for us. Mm-hmm. And I think that we hurt ourselves with the waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely 10 trillion % guilty of doing stuff like that. Yeah, thank you. I am very guilty because I'm like, well, they'll remember that I did.
No.
Girl, fuck.
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no.
No. I can't. Mental Health Monday.
Mental Health Monday.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Juice Jones from Get Home Safe here with my homie Coop. What up?
Good morning.
Tell the people who you are and what it is that you do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Coopthecreator here. I am your local auntie.
Yeah.
I'm just on jokes. I'm sorry. I'm having so much fun. I'm just happy to be here.
You're fine.
But no, really, I'm your local auntie for all of your public relation needs, consulting needs, anything having to do with your artistry, even your brand, your business. I'm here. Advice. You need resources. You need connections. I'm your guy. I still can't believe it, but I still know who's the who's, and I'm definitely ready and willing to help you make connections. I would love to help you make connections because there's nothing beautiful than putting people together and watching them, become harmonious and make beautiful music in life. And I just want to help. I want to help. I literally just want to help and make you look good. Have a good time. Shit.
Help me help you.
Help me help you, and let's get to where you're trying to go. Let's create a plan if you don't have one. But also, please be open-minded.
Yeah.
But I'm here for you.
So, what value does a writer bring to the culture?
A writer is the town crier. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
I feel like as the writer, it's my job to write something that's going to get you attention, good or bad. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's my job to get the appeal to you, bring them to you. I feel like, especially as a music reviewer, I feel like my job is to let the people know what you may be trying to put out and convey, communicate your artistry, communicate your aesthetic, if you will. And as a writer, I feel like it's my job to either promote it or let the people know that if you're a certain type of listener or a certain type of fan, you may or may not like this. This may be a vibe for you. This may be something that you can incorporate into whatever part of your life, whether it should be on your traffic playlist, your sexy playlist, your I'm in the mall buying granny panties playlist, whatever the fuck. I feel like it's my job to, let you know that there's this art for you. And that's why I think it's a town crier. I think I'm my man's on the horse. The British are coming. The British are coming.
The British are coming. That's funny as hell.
I do. I feel like it's my job to just, let the people know, listen, this up and coming artist or this artist is either switching or they're trying to put something out. This is a new sound, or they're taking something that we're familiar with and we're making it familiar. Yeah. And here's why you should either fuck with it or throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
I feel like as a writer, as someone that talks about music, as someone that loves music, I feel like it's my job to let you know what it is. And because I guess you can let Spotify or Pandora just throw it at you. I guess you can let the kids on YouTube sit there like this for 15 minutes and well, I think it's cool. If those vague things work for you, then that's fine. Yep. But with me and mine, I'm giving you the detail. I'm giving you the real. Like I said, if the song feels like warm laundry, if the song feels like grandma's cookies, if the song feels like fresh cocoa bread.
Preach.
Okay?
Preach.
I'm going to let you know.
Preach. Jamaican butter and cheese. Preach. On Easter.
Okay?
Preach.
You know, that's my job. Now,
oh, you face me. You don't got to face forward.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, this is just the main camera. It's just you and I talking, and they can like just get the angles. You're good.
but yeah, you know, even just, you know, I've had a huge break from public relations. I still get, you know, asked every once in a while. Like, for example, last summer.
Are you talking about when you were writing?
No, like, as far as, is this a good rollout, good photos, which album cover?
People still hit. That's kind of it. All right, tell me your feelings on that. Let's talk about that for a sec.
A part of me feels honored because you still value my opinion and contribution. Then a part of me is like, you kind of finessing me getting over because you're like popping in this random moment, asking for free advice. And then it's like, whether you take it or leave it, that's still my time and still my opinion. Yeah. And my contribution. So it's very like...
And you don't get to negotiate that.
Yeah.
You're good. You don't got to move. I got you.
But, you know, it like hurts sometimes, but then it's like... Oh.
It hurts your feelings?
Yeah, it does, actually.
Well, what place of hurt? Because when you look at the work that you used to do, you were already that person before you were hired. Right? Like, I remember when we first started doing our rollouts for Get Home Safe, I was like, yeah, man, so we're just going to have these interviews and it's going to be dope, right? And you're like, nah, we have to do photo shoots, Juice. And I was like, but it's expensive. It was like, well, when you look good, they pay attention. And we did the photo shoots and they paid attention. And I was like, okay, so she's correct on that. And I think for me, I've benefited from, there's people who have hired you and their whole goal was to prove you wrong, which I was like, well, what's the point of hiring this person if your whole goal is to prove them wrong? That means you spent money to not accomplish the thing that you're spending money for.
Right.
And now it's like, all right, you're not really in the realm of, it's not media. There's like a particular word for what you used to do. Because it was PR, but it's more branding than PR. Yeah. So it's more like, hey, does your rollout say the right kind of messaging for whatever the music is that you're putting out? And then like, there was the crossover when you had to do stuff in countries like Africa. And like, was that more Afro beats or what kind of music would that be considered?
It was Afro beats. So,
Afro beats. So you were on the cusp of the rollout when you didn't want to be there because that's not what you were told that you would be working on. Right. And then when you challenge the figures that may be, because they weren't really points of power, it was, well, this is what I need you to do. Whatever happened to that relationship?
Well, it was... Oh, well, we're waiting to send you more work. And then I never got contacted again. The interview never rolled out.
Were you considered a contractor? Like, what kind of work were you doing at that time?
I was just a writer, a contributor.
Okay.
That was it. And
what does it mean to be a contributor?
It's a writer. I mean, it means like you pop in when there's a job available or if there's something to write available. You're popping in. It's like in teaching, like a sub. If it's in a sense, not like you're replacing somebody, but like, hey, we have this, no one else is covering it. Are you going to do it?
Is there a contract for that kind of work though?
Yeah, people get paid for that.
Well, I mean, for you, was there a contract for you as you did the work?
I was not getting paid at all. I was writing and putting out that work and not getting paid at all.
Was that unfair?
That's a great question. In retrospect,
because I don't think we haven't had this conversation.
No, we haven't.
Since everything happened.
In retrospect, I do think it was. Because, like, not many artists give a fuck about what you write. You know what I'm saying? Unless, like, if you're picking on them, then it's like, you know, whatever, rah, rah, rah. But, like, for Lotto to repost, I don't know if I should have said that.
I mean, it's fine. It doesn't matter. You like think about this, right? All right. So when I've always been a fan of yours and telling you, hey, whatever you write, you get to own that. So even if you no longer have a good relationship with a company that has done these rollouts and built their foundation, your name is still a part of that foundation and the work that you've done.
Right.
Even if there's like another brand's name underneath it. So
Right.
like, if I don't work for somebody anymore, I'm not going to be afraid to let people know, no, that document was mine. I'm the one who wrote that article. I'm the reason the article was placed that way, and the artist liked it.
Facts.
So
Right.
I'm not going to be afraid. Did
no, because I did do it.
Yeah.
And it's mine for sure, yeah.
Is there an NDA that stops you from saying, hey, I worked on
Not.
Okay,
No,
so what's there to be afraid of?
You're right.
Talk your shit, yeah.
You're right.
And don't wipe your ass. Just talk your shit. That's it. Like, yeah.
When I wrote the article for Lotto, when she first dropped Bitch from the South,
For which
reposted it.
magazine?
For Grunge Cake.
Okay.
For Grunge Cake in New York. She reposted it.
Yeah.
You know, and she was like, yo, I loved it. Like, I think I have it saved on my Instagram of her, like, saying she fucked with the write-up. Not many writers that's doing the hip-hop blog shit is getting that response.
Unless people meet them in person and then it's a
You
negotiation
feel
of
me?
what I could do for you.
Or it's like, oh, you're well-established. You are the writer that I need to work with. Thank you.
The work is the work.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know Elliot Wilson would love to be. But you know
Elliot,
what I'm saying? Hey.
I love him.
You know?
I love him.
You know?
I love him. I love the way he talks shit. Because he has good receipts.
You know?
Yeah, he has good receipts.
On point. So, you know, unless you're an Elliot Wilson, like, you're not going to get, like, that love or that repost. You know what I'm saying? And so for, you know, Lotto to repost it and say that she fucked with what I wrote, you know, like I said, in retrospect, I feel like maybe at some point I should have been brought on as an actual employee and to get paid because, you know, it was even said by the CEO that, like, you know, you have a special style of writing.
When they were pioneering that direction.
And so for me to come through with my quote unquote special style of writing, she was like, yo, you need your own genre or whatever have you, which is very true. Like, the way I was writing them articles, I deserve my own genre because I was making you feel music you weren't listening to yet.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, at the time when you went onto the Grudge Cake website, it's not like the song was already playing. No, you would have to, you know, read, or you click the video, read, whatever you want to do. But you know what I'm saying? There's a video you got to click.
Yeah.
And so for me to be able, when I wrote about Lucky Day or whatever have you, and ooh, girl, don't mess up that man name. Leon Thomas.
Okay.
There it is. Leon Thomas, Lucky Day, put a song out last year or 2 years ago. Don't mind me, my brain is...
No, you're taking your time. You're taking your time.
Yeah, like, when I wrote that and it went out, like, you could read the comments of people saying, ooh, I can feel this. You feel what I'm saying? Because I remember I wrote a line where I was like, this song feels like fresh laundry out the dryer. Fresh pajamas out the dryer.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of people are commenting, like, oh, I know what that feels like, that comfort, that's love. And the song, even though it's about a breakup, that beat was love, though.
Yeah.
And it was a rhythm.
Yeah.
And
so... love the song.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's just like, and now that I'm, you know, more mature and older and realize, like, yeah, I probably should have advocated for myself to be brought on full time to get a salary. But what I was thinking and what I was doing was, you know, this is an opportunity. Like, I'm writing... You know, it says words by Coop at the bottom, or it used to. You know, words by Coop or whatever have you.
So you've been edited out.
Right. Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
so let's stay here for a second. All right, let's stay here for a second. What right does a company have to edit you out from your work if that piece of work technically wouldn't have existed or been executed in that capacity without you?
You're not on payroll. You're not an employee. You were just technically whatever they want to call you. You were an intern, or maybe you were never there.
Yeah.
You know, you wrote it. You gave it up. You gave them the right, the control, or whatever, because it has to go through their editing process, which people do their own things, and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I wrote it. I submitted it. It was edited under their guidelines. It's on their website.
Yeah.
That's it.
So as a writer, how do you find security moving into the next phase of you writing and covering what's culture and history right now?
Honestly, if I were to divulge back into writing, because I haven't written anything in about 2 years at this point.
Obviously, it wouldn't be for that company.
No.
Because, like, they've shown you how they feel about you as an individual outside of your writing.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, if I were to divulge back into writing, and I would love to write about music and stuff like that, I would definitely make sure that it's understood exactly what the role and title is. Contract agreement also, especially if I'm just a contractor, or if you just want me to contribute or whatever. How long am I contributing for? How many articles am I going to get?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on top of it, like, am I going to get the credit? And is my name going to stay there?
Okay. Let me ask a question. When it comes to your social media presence, are you allowed to post the work on your own page just to keep track and show proof of what you've done and what you've been a part of?
You're encouraged to promote it.
Okay.
That's what you're doing. You promote it.
Do you think there's a reservation when it comes to certain companies that, like, you're not sure about where you stand or the direction it's going in? Because, like, when that company switched over to the music that it's covering now, we've both not really been in contact with them or see what's going on. But do you think that it is owed to the writers to let them know when you are changing over directions and what you're looking to accomplish with that?
I thought it would be nice because, that is not the first time where a company has made a different direction. I worked with a PR company before, and I was advocating for local DMV artists.
Yeah.
Your office was in Crystal City, the metro right there, DC's right here, and like, we don't have a lot of those artists, as your clients. Now, mind you, I understand you're homegrown out of Virginia, Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
That's understood, but you're right here. And on top of it, you want their money.
Yeah.
But you're not really working or reaching out or,
So you want the money, but you're not working on the relationship to justify the money.
And then once there was the shift in the move back to the hometown, then it was, oh, well, Internet James. But I had been, we should Internet and, this and then this. You know what I'm saying? Because, at the time, I was dealing with somebody who was working with those people closely.
Yeah.
So those people he was working with, I was bringing them to the conversation, to the group, to the meetings. Hey, we should bring this person on. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the time, I think he was also working with Big Flop at the time. And I was like, we should, put this on a playlist. Well, we'll review it.
Yeah.
We should put Internet on a playlist. We'll review it. And then all of a sudden, y'all taking pictures dapped up.
Yeah.
And it's love because it's all VA vibes. Huh? Okay.
Do you think, are artists aware of the amount of power that they have as artists as these companies build themselves together?
I think artists are more aware now.
Okay.
But when I first got involved, no.
Yeah.
Because they were relying on the company to do it for them.
Was the company doing right for them? Not just the company you're working for, but when you observe the landscape of how artists were being handled back in the day compared to now, what would you say the three key differences are now?
I think the first difference I think is artists realize that when you let them do it for you, they're going to tell you exactly what to do. And so this image that you came in, these ideas that you had, the songs that you have in your iPhone or on your SoundCloud that you're ready, or whatever's in the vault, they may or may not be interested in because they don't want you for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the vision that they have for you. That's not where they want to put the money at. Then it was, okay, well, companies now, they're looking for you to be put together. You should have your image, your style, and things like that. Back then, artists were just like, I'm an artist, but didn't really have that niche or that direction. And so everyone's trying to force their own niche now.
Yeah.
They're trying to force I'm this, and then it's whatever wild videos that they're putting out, wild hair, wild outfits. Christian Blueface. Their niche is domestic violence.
Yeah.
That's their niche. Disgusting, trash, but that's their niche. That's what they were doing to get the views.
They lean into it and people consume it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we have, what's Slim name, who I think is a pretty interesting case. What's that young man? Is it Tizo? It's terrible. Come on, brain. I'm old and it's showing.
No, you just have read in 2 years. That's it.
Right.
You've been unplugged and watch it from a distance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the young man who makes like the rock music, he wears the safety pins everywhere. I feel like his name is Tizo or something. I'm missing something.
Now, just to let you guys know, she had no idea of what we were going to be discussing today. So just for the record, her not being prepared has nothing to do with her. I said, hey, pull up to do an interview.
Thank you. Thank you for the disclaimer. Thank you.
No, I got you.
But the guy, he's great because he came out slinging with the.
And I think that is the right name because I recognize it. So,
right.
Yeah.
The grunge rock fashion, and it's like, okay, well, number one, everyone's like, yo, he had safety pins or was it paper clips? One or the other. It was all in his hair. And like, now mind you, I remember back in the day, niggas was wearing bottle caps.
Where's your cell phone? Look it up, but tell me about niggas wearing bottle caps and shit. Yeah.
Research.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I was like, my cell phone's being used, but yours is available right now. Yeah.
Let's see if we can find it. But yeah,
You're talking about Sweezo, right?
No. His name is. We gotta look it up. I don't. Tizo Touchdown.
Okay.
Bow.
Okay.
This young man.
Is he the one that he's not the one that just got signed by Travis Scott. Travis Scott just signed somebody with a similar style, but I don't think that's him, but they look similar.
Is not fit for society.
I look up, my camera switched to me.
They're so fancy pants.
Yeah, nah, it is, man. Money well spent.
I love it.
Nah, it's because I can't see your face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine.
There we go. I don't know who not fit for society is. Maybe that's
another artist, but back to the point.
No, that's the label that he signed to. Yeah, whatever. But yeah. Boom. So artists are doing a lot more for attention. But the crazy part was back in the day when you were doing things for attention, you were doing rap battles.
Yeah.
You were doing showcases.
Which is the craft. Yeah.
And so now it's not really that. It's me and my baby mom or my girlfriend are whatever in the crib or in the street. And by the way, I do music.
Yeah.
So it's very different. And then I guess the third thing that's different from then and now is as far as needing art or whatever have you, I think the art is becoming the videos. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't seen like album work or, mixtape work in a little bit. Now I've seen it with, some friends and some people that I've known and that I've worked with. Like, I've seen it, but I'm not really seeing it like it was back then. Like, back in the day, I remember, back in the day, Jesus Christ. But I remember when I was like involved doing PR, like what, 20
orange juices roll out.
Yeah. 20, like, what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? The 2010s, like, or even just, we can take it to just 2017s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Good work, like album cover work and graphic design work was still coming out. And now I will say, for certain artists that are putting out really good 10-second, 30-second, I'm not knocking that. Yeah. But there are some that are doing anything in that 10-30 seconds just for the attention grab. And
who's not just doing anything and they're putting out good work right now? Last 2 weeks, Wale.
Yeah.
Wale is rolling out some very classic, very DMV, DC feel videos and like spots where you can identify, I know that restaurant. Yeah. I know where you get that fish. I know what block that is. I know where that basketball court is. And I'm like, oh, this is, whatever he's going to drop, this is going to be good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kiki it about him because I was like, A sign. You signed it. You signed, didn't you?
I think from the outside, a lot of people like to encourage and preach that artists should be independent, but there's a lot of work that goes into being independent. And if you understand the beast that you're dealing with when it comes to the label, for certain artists, it's a benefit to sign because you know what you're not going to be having to lift up.
Exactly.
And you just get to work on the artistry depending on the label and the relationship you have.
Yeah.
And then also for them, they have leverage. What Wale's leverage is 2008, 2009 to now. That's some great leverage.
Long time.
You bring his name up, it's an actual topic for 20 minutes, whether you want it to be or not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
But I think that's also interesting too because it's entrepreneurship when you are independent because you have to figure out how to hustle and not only pay for the studio time, pay for the album cover, graphic design, shoot the videos and stuff like that, but like it's all of that on top of the
And that's
fits
what the artists are now.
and photo shoots.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what's now is you got to already be put together. So remember, wow, I can't believe I said that. Years ago, we had a conversation and I was like, advocating that you need a team.
Yeah.
Like I used to advocate a lot, like
Yeah.
you need
a team of people around you. Yeah.
Especially to a lot of local artists in the DMV area, DC area, that I used to, work with and stuff like that and have conversations with. Like, you do need to have people that you can rely on, share the same vision, same goals and stuff like that. And share on top of put each other on, elevate each other.
Yeah.
Issa Rae will always come to the front of my mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, lift each other up.
Yeah.
We want to be moving across, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, but now, like, the kids are already together, already packaged.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can even look at Saweetie, because Saweetie went to USC. Her homegirl do her marketing. They went to college together. Allegedly roommates.
Yeah.
So
Relationships there regardless.
it was already there.
Yeah. And she's
image.
keeping the money in the circle too.
Exactly. The image and
Yeah.
plan was already set together. So, currently today, you need to do that. You need to have it together.
What's the name of the two young ladies, the one with the elf ears that do the videos while running around?
Yes.
Love them.
They're great.
Love 'em.
And I love that
Yeah.
they're getting the endorsements. I love
And they're
them.
on tour right now, and that's great. They're on tour with the right person too, that like reflects their music well too. So I was like, oh, that's dope.
I love it when, people are getting the good things that they want and deserve. Yeah.
And the companies that I think one of the companies they were going to sign to did one of the illest rollout of them running through the label
Yeah.
to let folks know, look, this is who we with, this is who rocking with
Because
us.
the social media tried them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, tell me about how social media tried them because
So-
I'm not on anymore. Remember, I got rid of it.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'm only a
So,
few places.
There
Yeah.
was a guy who decided to, put out a song, and he's running too. And, Twitter and the fans felt like he should have said thank you or gave a shout out, paid, some sort of homage at the end of the day because,
Something.
because we watched the two young ladies do it, and then you're after the fact on top of it.
Yeah.
And you think that you did it yourself?
And they built up anticipation for that.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Get it together. Have some class.
We know that's not in the
respect.
room half the time.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But the point is, shout out to the social media warriors that's gonna stand up for the
Yeah.
people that they love and support at the end of the day. Like, we love to see that. Just like I low key I'm a social media warrior for Victoria Monet.
Oh yeah, now you always.
I want her to perform on something so bad. I want this lady to be on TV so bad. I want her to do award shows. I want her to have a world tour, even though her tour just came through here. But it came, sorry about that.
You're fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It came
You're
too
good.
quick.
Okay.
And I was hurt because I wanted to go, didn't get to go.
Okay, I got you.
I wanted to go see her so bad. Like, especially because, everybody's doing the silver. I want to wear my brown. And she does brown. I want to wear my brown for Victoria. And, Victoria, hey. Okay. Victoria. Hey, beautiful. Hey, queen. If you ever need anything,
She said, excuse me.
a write out. You know, if you need a plug-in or, you know, you're looking for local designs, clothes. Let's say you're touring DC or Maryland or Virginia again, and, you know, you're looking for certain designers to wear at your show. Please call me. Come, hey, girl, listen. Because I love you. And I would love to work together, you know. And also, you know, just, you know, if you need some cheerleading in the studio, you know, I'm a great studio friend. I've been known to ghostwrite in my days. Listen, I'm selfless, okay? I'm a plug it.
Yeah, as you should.
Victoria, call me.
Yeah.
Public relations, you need a rollout. I will, let me do it. Let me do the Jaguar. We gon' get you real ones.
All right.
Call me. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
We're done.
As a writer, how did you find value in yourself?
I felt like, I think what was so special was just seeing my name printed. Like seeing my words printed, you know, and seeing that they end written by, and then it's like, cool, like that was super special. And it's like, yo, I did that.
Yeah.
You know, even when promoting my writing, my links, I took pride in that. Like, y'all saw what it was, like this jazzy captions. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I knew what I know now, I probably would have did a lot more. But the point is, yeah, like it was the beauty of knowing, like, I wrote this, and then on top of it, it was approved. I wrote this, it was approved, and it's rolling out. That was everything for me. And then I'm sitting there like a little kid, like, ooh, it's gonna drop today. I'm excited. Or I'm waiting for when it drops. I'm excited. And then it's like, okay, the link rolls out, the video's out, the title that I made up is out, and I see it. Like, yeah, that's me. Even if you don't know me, you don't know Coop wrote it, bitch, I know I wrote it. I did that.
You remember what I told you? You remember what I told you after that? Like, hey, just start doing your own writing and putting it out there so people could start putting the styles together and understanding, oh, it is her. She is the one that's doing it. Yeah. Because when these companies have this much control, it's very hard to fight to get something back when people have already eaten it. And not a lot of people are trying to look back at their old meals. Yeah. They're like, no, I'm good. I ate it.
Listen. Yeah. And what's even more beautiful about that situation was, because what made me proud was, I applied to the Washington Post and got a fucking interview. Yeah. What? The Washington fucking Post.
They wanted you.
Gave me an interview to be a YouTube editor. I know.
And you know I be on there sometimes.
Listen. And I was like, wow. Like, I'm in this shit. I'm doing the things. Like, of course, one of my highlights will always have been New York Fashion Week. But that wasn't, you know, Grunge Cake affiliated. That was something else.
What was it affiliated with? Speak on it.
So, Come on the 2018 New York Fashion Week, when I went, that was a leap of faith at the end of the day for me. So,
because they hit you up 72 hours before at 1 a.m. with the invite?
Yes. Yes, exactly that. Now, mind you, I had just... I don't even know how to explain it.
What year was it? Was that 2018?
2018.
2018.
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what to call it, but I guess...
And that's when you and I started working together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like 2 months before.
Because I remember I called you and asked you, like, in the middle of the night. I was like, yo, I got this opportunity, but, you know, work.
Do it.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, take the day off, do it.
Brought the
I was
bus
like,
ticket.
you got an invite. You're not just showing up. They invited you for a very specific runway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, I was working from home at the time. I brought that bus ticket. Okay. And I went.
Yep.
And I had my little hotel. And, you know, missed the show. But the after party was where the connections was made, because I reached out.
An after party you were escorted to.
Right.
And brought in.
Because I reached out to Richard Dean.
Yeah.
At Grunge Cake, because that's when I was trying to work with her anyway. So, number one, the opportunity to meet her. And then the opportunity to be in New York Fashion Week, like at this Calvin Klein after party. Okay. Swimming with models. And, like, I get to meet her, you know, do my best to impress her, have a conversation, let her know I really am interested in writing. Yeah. You know, and then to lock it in. Yeah.
All within 45 minutes meeting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the top 10 highlights of my entire fucking life. One of the top 10.
Yeah.
Because that's dead ass going out and getting it. Dead ass.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, the beauty of it was hanging out with some lovely celebrities. And
you were on like cloud 9 for 2 weeks.
I was, what?
Yeah, and my whole goal after you came back was just to make sure, like, all right, how do we just keep you on the cloud?
Right.
That's it.
Right. And mind you, like, that was when I was heartbroken about, you know, me and at the time Medium PR agency, because I wanted to, you know, really grow and develop in that company and learn like public relations and, you know, putting together image consulting and, you know, all the jazz, you know what I'm saying?
Because you've always been hungry to learn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so when that did not work out the way I thought it would, or, you know, when my feelings were hurt. Like, I felt like I wasn't valued or I didn't matter. So I was like, damn, like, I really wanted this. And, you know, businesses and people, they're going to move forward and do what they got to do.
Yeah.
And that's just life and that's business. But it was like, damn, like, I really, really wanted to, like, be a part and, you know, grow and, like, really learn from them.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not what happened. It's not what it was. And then to go and then get hit with, what was I accused of? Oh, I was accused of using their name to get to New York Fashion Week.
Which is crazy because you didn't. You did it
So,
on your own merit.
And it's so funny because, like, when you work with companies like that, because even Grunge Cake said the same thing as far as different events. The conversation between me and Richard Dean was, she said, because I was like, oh my God, like, I keep getting these random emails from Def Jam and these random it's Electric Circus and all this other shit, you know, and Electric Circus actually manages Marty, and I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But they're actually who invited me to that one JB Black Boy listening party in New York, and I missed it, and I like cried about it for 3 days.
Right. We talked about it.
So
I feel like every moment you had, I was like, we talked about it.
I know, right? Here I am being scary. And but yeah,
you're just napping right now.
Right.
You're napping.
Right,
Now
right.
we'll get back to that.
But you know, here I was like, just wanting to, you know, go forward and do the things. But, you know, obviously the stuff didn't work out. And then, but the conversation with Richard Dean was, I was so excited. I was like, oh, I'm getting emails. It says my Grammy consideration. I'm a nobody. She's like, oh, they're just doing that because you're affiliated with us. They do that for everybody who works with us. That's not necessarily what it is. No, what happens is when you, I guess, work with certain companies or you're associated with certain things and your email is out there, they find you and they start, you know, technically low-key, high-key spamming you with...
So they're fishing.
Yeah, because they're if they can't get the CEO of the company to review the music, they're going to go through everybody else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, whether you feel like it's only because of you or not, they're not just going to tell me to consider, or hey, you should come down to this concert in Atlanta and review it because I'm a shitty whatever. Nah, like, y'all niggas had to have seen my shit. In my opinion,
If your work is good,
you feel me?
You.
If you feel me. Now, you know, whatever, I might be wrong, but as far as I'm concerned and how I interpret the situation, y'all niggas send me that shit for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, let's be clear. I've been retweeted by the artists that I've retweeted and reposted on Instagram by the artists that I've written about.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So shitty where, shitty who?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and on top of it, at this time, I was hustling my own brand and making sure that my name was out there. So regardless of, you know, whether that was true or not. Hello?
It still is.
It is?
Yeah.
Regardless of it was based off that company or not, if you wanted to find the quote unquote writer, the lackey, the bottom person, you still found my email on Instagram though.
Okay, so let's answer 3 questions here.
Yeah.
As someone who's building their own brand that so many people may feel they have liberty to, how do you protect your brand and image?
I feel like I protect my brand and image by either consistently changing, being slippery, can't keep up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Example.
So I started with PR, a writer. You know what I mean? But then I became a model. Remember, I was in the tattoo competition for Inked magazine.
Yeah.
And that was my own marketing and branding. Still Coopthecreator, who does public relations. I just did it for myself.
Yeah.
Well, I was in this tattoo competition trying to win $25,000. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but also at the same time, I think it was the reminder that it's Coopthecreator. Like that hashtag in there matters.
Yeah.
That watermark a little bit, you feel me, matters.
Yeah.
Consistently reminding everyone what I do is also what matters. Like that Throwback Thursday, that reel of the past things that I've done. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you forget that I've done all this shit and I've worked with these people.
Yeah.
I've been in these fucking rooms because
Yeah.
I worked fucking hard. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it's just, I had to learn how to flex.
Yeah.
And I'm not that type person.
Yeah. I'm always going to tell you to be loud.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Never be quiet.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that the hard way. Because when I was quiet, I was getting shit on and walked all over and forgotten.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to realize, like, nah, if it wasn't for me being in certain rooms and, providing people certain customer service, answering questions.
And having a quality of work.
Having a quality of work and being able to answer the answers, answer the questions. Where the fuck would y'all be?
Yeah.
Like, real shit. And then on top of it, even after you're done working with me, that retention, that comeback, that comfortability to be able to come back to Coopthecreator and ask her, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, where are you finding that? So I think, like, for me personally, it's just about who I am as a person. It's also about my ability to adapt.
Yeah.
And the fact that I am ridiculously talented and being able to do different things to keep myself busy or to even see if I still have it. Because that tattoo competition, of course I wanted fucking money.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see if I could still do the marketing.
You had great ideas that were well executed that I felt were underappreciated.
Thank you. Even like I set up a photo shoot for myself in my own little baby apartment. To make sure I'm showcasing the tattoos.
Yeah.
Choosing the lighting to shoot in my apartment. And then on top of
Creating
it,
appeal.
having to edit it so you didn't see my dog or the dog crate or the bookshelf in the
Yeah,
back.
because she'd be running around.
She was in the way. I think that's important. Like, I think the most important thing is, even if someone does take something from you, you can't, like, let that block you for too long. You can be mad. Please be mad and have your feelings and pop the fuck off and hop on the Twitter and air your grievances. Because one thing about it new, I'm getting Twitter fingers, okay?
Yeah.
But, like, you just got to be able to, like, all right, so how can I make the next shit better? Like, how can I improve and build upon or elevate or make it more sexy and attractive?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's something I'm really good with. And that's even more funny because my family has been telling me this entire week, like, you always know how to make something out of nothing. And now, even though sometimes that shit piss me off, I'm trying to have nothing. But at the same time, I lean into that skill. And I guess I'm more comfortable with seeing it as a blessing than a burden.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes we fall down.
I think the issue with that is the people are usually saying those things to us are usually the people that are giving us the least amount to work with. And that's what the bigger issue is. Because it's like, don't compliment me and then insult me by just expecting me to make, like, a sandwich out of a bag of sand. Like, stop. Yeah.
Right.
Let's not do that.
And exactly. Literally exactly. But I guess it's resilience. Creative resilience.
Yeah.
Creative resilience. And I guess that it just ties together. Creative resilience, adaptation, and flexibility. And that's funny because, when I was in high school, we had to write something on our jersey that represented us as players or how we played.
Yeah.
And I had flexibility on the back of mine. Because if the players...
That's not because you double jointed?
Actually, yeah, it was. The arms going all the way around. Yeah. Actually, yeah, it was that. Shit. I was gonna say here.
But you made it. No, you made it to bleed into a lot of other things.
Absolutely,
No, go ahead.
But like, just even talking about high school, like if the setter was like, "Oh, we running on one," but she couldn't get there and release the ball quick enough because the one is quick.
Yeah.
And she like, no. She'll switch it up, and if it's a little bit higher, and I just need to readjust. If I'm running, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
and I gotta readjust. Oh, I was gonna readjust and still put that bitch down.
We shouting out your school.
Yeah.
Shout out
Ronald College. Shout out to Elizabeth Seton High School.
Yep.
You know, we bleed maroon. Shout out the Roadrunners. Love all that. But yeah, man, like I'm gonna adjust whether I'm midair or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess that just trickles into life at the end of the day, because let's be quite clear, definitely made whole landscapes out of molehills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and plenty of times, even in other people's photo shoots, but that's not what this is about. So, where does mental health play its part in the work that you did as a writer, especially on the relationship side? Because you got to know a lot of people intimately in terms of folks who are asking about the work, and how do you feel about what they're putting out?
Yeah. Well, for the people that I was writing about, I think it was cool because it was always just, how are you? You know, opening the conversation with, hey, how are you? How's things? You know, I know people sometimes be like, oh, fuck small talk, but actually, small talk, some motherfuckers need it. Sometimes people need you to ask them how's their fucking day and sit down. Yeah,
actually mean it. Yeah,
and I think that's what made the difference with me as a writer. And then on top of it, when I was writing, some people would encourage me to just be like, "No, fuck it, cutthroat, write that shit." But at the same time, I'm personally sensitive, and I don't want to write something and then all of a sudden you cussing me the fuck out about it. I don't want that. So how can I tell you your shit is shit without completely violating and disrespecting? How can I say this as clearly as possible so you can understand, like, hey, listen, it's not that great, but you can build upon it and you can make changes.
I think in a lot of your relationships, and this isn't for everybody, and sometimes I have to hold myself back from being the person you're describing in the story. When we tell someone your shit is shit or it's not good enough, I think what we're really asking, and we can never find the words because we're passionate about other people's stuff when they're asking us about it, is how could you not see that this isn't good enough for what you've put out so far?
Right. Or why can't you show me who you think you are? Yeah.
And then catch up to that person.
Right.
Like, let me help you catch up, or help you surround yourself with the right people who will get you there instead of you just settling.
Right.
And there's a lot of folks when it comes to artistry who settle. Like, even for me, I've wanted to do so many photo shoots for the last 2 years, but it's like for each photo shoot there needs to be a new clothing with a different message that relates to what we're doing. And if you don't have the money for that, don't do it. Go buy you a new camera. Just add angles to the interviews. Because people are coming for the information. They're coming to be helped. But like the photo shoots, that's for you. That's when you get to like do photo shoots with your friends. That's when you get to like have talks with people you haven't seen in a while because you've been busy. And it's like, how do you bring it back?
And have wine and M&M's.
Wine and M&M's.
And
like the good time. Because like when people see you, they don't just see the work that you do. They see the memories of who you were with them a couple of years back and how great those moments were.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. And I think in the mental health aspect, I guess, I think about everybody else. That's where it first starts. And I guess it's just me being naturally a nice and caring person. Because like I said, I want to give it to you straight, but I need to do it without completely like giving shade room energy or Charlemagne energy. I don't want to do that. I need to be.
Is that sad what the shade room has become to us when we bring it up?
Man, fuck the shade room.
No, I get that. But like I remember when they weren't that yet. They were, when they first started, they were towing a line.
Yeah.
And then they remind me of the elephant that you see in the circus that's on the little bike that's riding the line, and the line in the middle is just sinking lower and lower and lower. And you're just like, man, that elephant's doing a great job.
You know, we never know what's going to happen next. But, you know, they're trucking along just fine.
Yeah, they in it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how the mighty have fallen. You know what I'm saying? Or at least, or you fell to become mighty.
Yeah.
Because people are so interested in the negative, and that's all they want to focus on, when you don't actually have to be negative in order to get the clicks. Which is, you can just put the fucking money behind it and put out positivity and get the fucking clicks.
Most people think business is money, and it's like, no, business starts with emotions first.
Yes.
And that's when people figure out where to put the money.
That's why niggas be lying when they say, oh, it's not personal, it's business. Bitch, it's both. Shut the fuck up.
It is. It's okay to say it out loud.
It is.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you don't fuck with the vibe or you don't like that person, how more inclined are you to do business with them? Very rare.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very.
Because there has to be a big opportunity behind them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And that's just like the scale. How likely? Somewhat likely. More less likely. 1 through 10. You know, and that's just the truth of it. We can't sit here and pretend like the human part of business isn't there. Just like we can't pretend that the human part of science isn't there. Like feelings and emotions and technology and science is there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But people choose, and I don't think it's a great decision, but people choose to ignore.
I just finished doing a public speaking again for a government organization in DC, which shall remain unnamed, and I did a great job, right? And this was rare because we had a room full of men. Thank you. We had a room full of men, 12 men who all work in the same office. And they were expected to be vulnerable and share parts of themselves that I didn't think they were going to have to share today. Each one of them told me something about their life, what they're struggling with, what they wish they could do better in front of their coworkers who, once this is all done, they're going to have to go back to work with each other. And you can see the room getting closer. You can see the room understanding, oh, wow, he doesn't have an attitude because he doesn't like me. He's actually dealing with this behind the screens and everything else. And when I was done with my partner, Britt, we're the ones who like do the Total Truth events together. I was like, you know, men just need a place to speak whatever's going on and not be judged for whether they should feel that way or not. And then we have a discussion of, this is where you are in life and this is what may help, but understand when you're painting a picture, it's not just the paint that you've taken, it's how's the canvas going to change the color that you've put on it.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to a lot of the work that you do, especially yourself being 2 years out, how would you say your mental health has been up to this point?
Fucked.
Okay.
It is fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it is fucked.
Yeah.
But, like,
take your time.
So, to go back to the previous question when you asked me about the mental health, like, writing was low-key therapeutic. Now, the deadlines, absolutely the fuck not.
Define how it's therapeutic for you.
So the writing for me was therapeutic because if there was a song that sounded good to me, you know, that I enjoyed, and I'm listening to it over and over again, the words are going to flow. I'm going to flow for you like, yo, you should check this out because But if it was a song that I was not a fan of and I thought that needed more work, it sounded undone, it sounded rushed, or it just, the concept in the music video made no sense to the song. Yeah. And like, you know, you let the creative director and the director set you up when you should have went with it a different way or whatever have you. It's a little bit more harder, and the anxiety comes in because it's like, damn, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Because like, one thing about it, until there's a certain, I'm going to tell you what it is. Yeah. And I'm going to be explicit and detailed. Yeah. Like, I'm going to tell you, hey, listen, you're rapping too slow. You're off beat. The beat doesn't fit you.
Do you think these people would have benefited if they would have talked to you during their process or before putting it out? You as the writer and someone that cares about their craft really sat down and said, look, this is what you feel you've gotten right, but this is what's actually wrong with the good work that you did, which could be better.
Absolutely. I definitely wish people would have reached out to me before I wrote certain things because, let's be clear, I have a public relations background. I'm here to save your ass, especially in the public eye. Yeah. That is also a part of it. And I mean, the extension of writing was I get to put into print, you know, those conversations technically. Yeah. You know, the conversations your manager should have had with you. Here I am writing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wish that. And, you know, like I said, writing was therapeutic. I loved seeing my my stuff roll out, that was the, what is it, dopamine, the endorphins,
Dopamine
the happiness.
shot. Yeah.
You know, that was great. And, 2 years out and not doing anything with public relations and not being able to go to shows and not being able to go to Fashion Week, like, I literally was just emotional, sad because no invitation to New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
I got one last year. Nothing this year. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm getting further and further out of it. I'm out of the mix completely.
Well,
So.
no, that's not true. You're not positioned.
Yeah.
You get invited to what you're positioned for. So when we first started Get Home Safe, I wasn't positioned in mental health. I was positioned as someone that was music, artistry, events, what's going on, who's doing it, whether this is good business or not. Does this work for the artist? And on the back end, I was positioned in giving the artists or people that would talk to me advice on, are you moving in the right direction for yourself as a person? And like, we've seen the benefits of that across the board, right? And then now I'm positioned for mental health advice, works with therapists, works with community and their actual stories, works with the wellness community and their actual stories. And I've started to paint a picture of what should you expect from all these services that you're getting, and how should you do right by the people that are struggling or that need help that you claim to love. And what does the action items look like, and what feelings of yours are valid or not valid in that situation, and can we as a community do better?
Absolutely.
And that took 5-6 years. So it's just positioning. Usually if I spent more time being envious of what I saw others receiving and not sitting down and realize what I'm not doing and how I could do better, I would not be where I am. And I had a great team to start me off. I had a great team to say, go. And I was like, you guys coming? They said, no. And I said, good job. You guys made the best decisions for yourselves.
Do it. You go play Coco. Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. But for me, like, no matter how far I go, my relationships are still my relationships. And I get to choose that.
Absolutely.
So artists are still reaching out to you for your opinion. Is there a weight that comes with they still care about what I have to say? Or sometimes is there a twinge of, I could still be doing this?
Definitely the latter.
Yeah.
Definitely like, fuck. Like,
but you gotta work with the right company.
Right. And it's like, well, maybe it's not completely over for me. Or whatever. Maybe
it's only over when you decide it's over, especially as someone that does what you do. Because like, whether you write it out on paper, it's still up there.
It is. It really is. And it's funny because there's been certain conversations that I've had with close people that I have relationships with that have asked me about, like, oh, well, what do you think about if I tried? And like, I'm like, oh, we can do but then I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Well, you have to be careful where you use the word we for people that don't see you as a part of their process.
Right.
That's like what I've learned. I have a lot of people who come up to me, hey man, could I ask you advice? And I say, sure. And then they tell me what they're working on, where it's going. And I'm like, all right, well, what do you need me for? And they're like, oh, well, this, and this. And I'm like, oh, that's confidence. That's not a me thing. You don't need me. You need more of you. And you need to start doing you without looking at what the room thinks about it.
Absolutely.
Like, don't be scared. Don't be scared. And that's not a slight. It's just like, the worst thing you could do is care about what others think about what you've done when you're still trying to figure out what you're doing and what that should look like for you and the people that want to do work for you and with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I also kind of like auntie it. When people are like, hey, what do you think?
Calling yourself auntie for a minute now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in it though.
Yeah.
Like, I really kind of like, well, it's up to you, but, I think, or maybe you should try. Like, I definitely auntie it at this point because I kind of have to, like, be careful with my feelings and my emotions. Like I said, it sometimes hurts my feelings. We were talking about it earlier. Because it's like, damn, like, free advice. But then once upon a time, I remember it was $100 an hour to talk to me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, damn, you know that I'm not working or that I'm not out here like that. Mm-hmm. And so to like kind of like swoop in. But at the same time, again, I see it because it's like, well, you know what? Out of the kindness, you know, out of love, because I fuck with you or because we work together. Boop.
Do you mind if I give you advice?
Sure, please.
Okay. So, you no longer working doesn't change the price of your advice. Because you weren't leveraging the price of your advice before because you worked for the company. You were leveraging the price of your advice because so many people were enjoying your writing, respecting your writing, and your opinion was already valid. Mm-hmm. And what happened was folks was like, we have to pay her because of that. You can work for any company. The quality of your work is going to be the same. That's why I've always told you, put some shit out. Yeah. Just put it out. Yeah. Because someone who's not that past company is going to be like, oh, we need to pick them up before someone else does. Because the artists are paying attention to them. The fanship is paying attention to them. And both of these people are arguing this person's point, which means whether they like to admit it or not, they care. Yeah. So, like, you set your value and you also enforce your value. And the most dangerous thing is you just letting other people dictate that. Yeah, which is trash. Crazy. I did get invited to Atlanta. Recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
For a listening thing. And my partner was like, yo, we should go. Like, do you want to go to Atlanta? And I was like...
No, not with you, partner. No offense to partner. So, they want me. If I show up with you, that takes away from the goal of what they're trying to accomplish with me.
For sure. But I mean, it was just more so like, just, I guess, the encouragement of like, we should go. Like, let's go. You don't gotta go by yourself. Because, you know, I was telling him how I've always, you know, made the moves. And of course, you've offered to go with me too, but I haven't been invited for a while.
You have like 10 people in Atlanta. So you're never by yourself. Every city... You have folks in LA, Texas, Atlanta, and New York. So technically, wherever you go, you're not alone. The question is, who do you want to be when you get there?
Right.
And I only know this because I'm your friend.
I know.
Yeah. So, you know, don't be hard on yourself. Respectably, it's $100, guys. The price never changed. I just took a vacation and I forgot who I was. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Hello.
Yeah, and sometimes we need a break from us.
Yeah.
But like, as I'm saying, like, if you ever really want to be about it, you know, there's like a couple of mediums that you could put an article out on, and then just put it out on the timeline once every other week, just for fun. I was frustrated, so I wrote an article.
Yeah.
The article's out there, and folks like, damn man, you frustrated quite often because there's some great writing.
There's a lot of shit to write about. There's a lot to write about.
And all you have to do is just make an observation.
Yeah. And I mean, I still get things. For example, I still get early releases sent to my mailbox. Yeah. I just don't open them per se.
Well, why aren't you opening them?
I don't know, man.
Are you catching paper cuts from like opening stuff?
No.
Are the emails biting back or something?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I just feel like, what am I going to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you're worried about the wrong thing.
Most likely, absolutely.
When you first started being a writer, like really leaning into you being a writer, you were never worried about what am I going to do with it. The things you used to be worried about is, all right, when am I going to show up and do I know how to get there? And I think that's the only thing that matters, because they're the ones that are putting the events or the situations or showcasing someone together. You're just covering someone else's work correctly in the most honest form that you know, which is your voice. Yeah. They send it to you because your voice matters. They send it to you because your voice has a certain pitch and a certain texture that they're like, we need more of that on the net.
Right. No, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's absolutely facts. Jeez, you don't make me you made me start writing. You're gonna make me sit down.
Yeah.
And like really take a moment and listen and open something and get the balls to put it out.
Honestly, you might force me to edit this and have this out by next week. Like, in terms of this Monday coming up.
What?
Nah, it's just... You remember the last event we did for Under the Table? That was Halloween, Velvet Lounge, when we did the fashion collab with Nikki Hendrix.
Yeah. She has a show coming out.
Does she?
Yeah, she
when?
does.
When and where?
November 14th, I want to say. I do want to go. I'm not going to lie to you.
How much are the tickets? What day is that?
Great question. Hold on, let's look at the date. November 14th. Yeah, she's doing her own. It's actually a Tuesday. She has her own. She's doing her own reveal. Yeah. Her own fall collection, I believe. I think it's her fall or winter collection.
Where's the location?
And, actually, I need to find my other phone so I can get.
We'll do that later.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
We'll do that later. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And I was like, ooh, I could go to that. And that could be like my first like PR pop out moment. You know, I could go.
Gotta change your words. Nah, I can't go to that. I would like to go to that. I'm gonna go to that.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't. Like, oh, you know, I could be a superhero. I could be a writer. No, you were a writer. You did the stuff.
That's so true. I would love to go.
Remember that language, yeah.
Absolutely. I would love to go and cover it and be in the room and, you know, take photos and get some recordings and, you know, write something lovely for Nikki because she's
people
fantastic.
Covering fashion correctly right now? Because DC finally caught up to where you wanted DC to be fashion with all these shows.
Hello?
But are people covering it correctly? I feel like, am I wrong in saying things are being covered correctly for a community that has finally made progress? That people were like almost always like, damn, I wish we could do the fashion shows in the museum.
So let me tell you.
Yeah.
I be at home looking at the stuff and I'm sitting there like,
where's the voice?
They should have did it this way.
Where's the voice?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, where is the amplification of it? Why are we not? You know what I'm saying? Because, for example, New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
You know, let's be quite clear. You can buy tickets. You know what I'm saying?
Availability is there.
It's available. You can look it up and do the Google, buy the tickets, and do what you got to do. And it just seems like with, you know, DC,
keep talking. I'm listening.
It's a bit more exclusive and a bit more. I guess I want to say invitation only, which is, I guess I understand and it's okay.
I mean, we know the right people. Right.
I just wish that the people who were attending were really putting it out there and making it loud and proud. Like, for example, I think I was looking at, who was it? The Washington Post. And I guess I was disappointed in the smallness of it.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, like when Washington Post covers fashion and it's certain designers or even certain local designers, they'll do the things. But I just feel like the things could be a lot louder, and I definitely do agree that it could be better. I think Fashion Week this year was really awesome and really cool. Again, the privatization of it, I'm not necessarily
that can't be helped
a fan of, and it can't
because we live in DC and we know DC is governed differently.
It is,
even for the exciting
it
things.
Is but I feel like after it's all secretive, you should amplify the beauty of what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my only argument. Don't get me wrong, like keep your private invitations, do you, boo boo. But when it comes to, you know, the aftermath of it, you want people to know.
DC is for the cool kids.
Oh, it is. The cool kids.
Cool kids aren't advertisers.
But the cool kids who complain about nobody not knowing what the fuck going on.
Cool kids aren't advertisers. When cool kids complain out loud, they're not talking about everyone. They're talking about within their circle. Or why did I miss that?
Those are hipsters. Because hipsters...
I hear you. They exist. I mean, shit, I'm one of them.
Okay.
In the corner.
Insane.
Yeah.
But at the same time, after I do something and it's fire.
Oh, the hype is there.
And
the hype is there.
And that's my only argument.
You guys are gonna get this for a week. Just sit down and watch. Yeah.
I went to Fashion Week and I was literally again talking about and advocating. You know, asking certain model agencies. So do you get models from DC, or do you know about any of the fashion events in DC? Yeah.
Are there agencies you guys are working with in DC?
Hey, and guess what they're telling me? DC is really small. We don't know much. We don't do much. Not really. And I'm sitting here like, well, that needs to change. Here I am like, that needs to change. Yeah. DC is here. You know what I'm saying? We're fashion too. We are also a hub, and this, that, and the third. But at the same time, that's the culture is the culture.
I told you what the issue with DC is.
Oh yeah.
The world always views DC as just the capital.
Yeah.
And they ignore the culture, but when they show up, they're looking for the culture.
For sure.
Yeah. But they don't ever want to see the culture up close. Right.
And then of course they don't also give credit either.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also going to put the onus on the culture to do better with stamping themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a way to put it on a map and communicate it so people understand it. Yeah. And that's just what I think that needs to get better.
That's an moment right there.
And even with like people who are covering the fashion events in DC, there are certain people who should be brought into the room to cover it better, so they can communicate and explain it a lot better. So, and I guess I'm more so talking about places like Somewhere and things like that.
So you're just describing the ideal job for yourself for the next 365. And we could just come back and talk about that next year in 2024, a week before Halloween. Okay. It's not hard. No. Because we know the people. Yes. Yeah. And they realize by the time they meet us, they're like, oh, I know you. And I'm like, yeah, nah, we know each other. Yeah. We always know each other. Yeah. All right. It's like, nah. Is there anything that you ever view when it comes to someone who's paid so much attention to what's going on and thought to yourself, man, we could really do that so much better? Yeah. When it comes to like what artists are going through or what writers are going through by themselves, as people that technically you have to build everything brick by brick. Even your accomplishments itself has to be built.
Yes, I think that that's something I think about actually quite a bit, because when I reflect on my own work and what I've done, sometimes I get on myself for not popping my shit more, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like I talked about, I've made a reel or I've made a montage of the things or the work that I've done. Probably should do that a little bit more often. Probably should put the reminders, because once upon a time I used to repost the links of everything that I've written. Once upon a time I used to repost the comments from people like Lotto and Brianna Perry, so on and so forth, artists like that who have retweeted, and I'm mentioning Lotto and Brianna Perry because I wrote about them, and they're just examples. But I just feel like when it comes to that, I think people need to be a lot louder. I feel like we really hope that people will do it for us. And I think that we hurt ourselves with the waiting. Yeah. And I'm absolutely 10 trillion % guilty of doing stuff like that. Yeah, thank you. I am very guilty, because I'm like, well, they'll remember that I did.
No.
Girl, fuck no.
No. Fuck no. I can't. I would say I'm the same, but I'm too busy working and going forward. And I'm like, they'll remember it. If they don't, they'll just look at this new thing I'm putting out. You know how many times I've been like, look at this wheel.
But it works though, because like you've been a legend. Yours gonna be a legend. Now you may be a legend for different things. Yeah. Because you're growing and evolving, and it's always different.
This is like my third period of being a legend somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally, yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's because, again, you keep growing, moving forward, evolving, and then on top of it, the adaptability, the flexibility, the continuous creating.
And when I say the word community, I actually mean it instead of using it as a plot device.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you're outside in the streets and you're talking to people and you're actually making connections between people.
Yeah.
Like you're putting, the therapists with, schools and companies. Hey, you guys might need to work on having professional days. You guys might need a moment. You guys should just bring them in for your step. Whatever. Like those connections really fucking make a difference. And it starts and grows new beautiful things.
Yeah.
So, I say all that to say, just like I realize and think about all the time, like it's about advocating for oneself. You just gotta remind niggas, you put that shit on.
Yeah.
You stand on business, as the kids say. You know what I mean? You did that. You are that. You were that. You will be that. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's really important is remembering yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Shade.
You're gonna watch this interview next Monday and be like, look at you saying all these things.
Look at you. You knew. And what you doing? What you doing? What you doing right now? Are you trying? Did you put the step in front of the other? Are you taking the steps? What are you doing?
Breathing room looks different for everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm chilling, I forget to breathe. Like you chill, and you start thinking about something, you get wrapped in the thought of the thing, and then next thing you realize that idea in your head got so big you forgot, you're not breathing right now. Hold
on though, but what about when you only take the moment to breathe when it's crisis? Like you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So overwhelmed, so much stress. I need to breathe. I'm gonna finally sit my black ass down and have that J. Or eat that piece of cake that I deserve. Or take that nap.
Yeah.
When at the end of the day you should have been taking care of yourself. Should have been taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not that you could have maybe, quote, allegedly prevented anything. No, because life gonna life. The universe gonna universe.
Yeah.
But if you have been loving yourself and taking care of yourself already, that overwhelm and that stress possibly might be a little bit easier to swallow.
Yeah.
Not completely easier.
Just a little.
It's not a melt tab.
Just a little.
But just a little.
Just a little pinch. That's it. Cheerio.
Just a little bit, and that's something that, again, revelation, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Another epiphany.
Yeah.
Because I just am realizing just like yesterday was a rough fucking day, man. I got home at 10:30 yesterday. At work, we got things going on, observations, and, the room needs to be decorated a certain way. I stayed at work late. I walked out of that building late at night, walking to the metro by my big girl self.
Yeah.
And then I got home and I'm like, I'm so behind. The to-do list is still long. Am I going to catch up on the couch crying? And finally it was like, you know what? I'm going to take a moment for myself. Ate something. Ain't eat all day per usual. Ate something. And then I was like, I'm going to scroll. Yeah. Scroll it up.
All the way to the doom.
Because
it's what I need right now.
Well needed. And it was like, speaking with my cousin, she was like, you should relax, take a bath. And I was like, you know what? I should take a bath. Yeah, I should relax. But then it was like, but it's because I'm sitting on the couch crying. You know what I'm saying? I had a rough day.
I'm just thinking of the point of conflict. Oh, the camera's on me for some reason. I don't know how that happened.
I love this. It's wonderful. I think probably because you move. Maybe because I'm not moving enough.
No, I'm going to turn this off. You're good. No,
see, like now it's it moves.
It's not moving anymore. I turned it off.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because you're supposed to be the point of focus.
Oh.
Every time it comes to me, I'm just like, good God. Thank you. I know I look good today, but return to Sunday.
Come on out. Give it to me.
Hey, bad bitches.
Bad bitches.
Bad bitches.
You
bad bitches.
Again.
At all times. Bring those hoodies back. Bring the hoodies back in December.
Oh,
a little gift for yourself.
Yes, I will. Yeah. Because I'm gonna make sure my shit is because I want one. And I missed the last time. And on top of it, still heartbroken at how quickly I'm gonna just say how I feel it. My college colors sold very quickly. When
Weren't you the maroon?
Yeah, you did the maroon. They sold
Yeah.
really quickly for you, and I was really hurt.
I'm actually placing
And
an
I'm proud
order
of you.
tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
fantastic.
We have it serviced at a store on Georgia Avenue because I like keeping it in the
Yeah.
community for folks to find and just
Yeah.
discover. We also sell Velvet Lounge stuff at said establishment.
So someone took a picture of my hat on the train. So if you see me on the TikTok,
yeah, they
TikTok,
came up to you and said, "Hey, can I get a picture
On
of the
the
hat?"
train, on the blue line.
All right, cool.
on the blue line, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, Velvet Lounge was legendary."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck yeah, it was." And he's like, "Can I take a picture of the hat?" And I
Word.
sure did. Absolutely.
I'll probably cut this clip up and then put the establishment that they could find it at and say, "Guys, the stuff's right there
Great.
on Georgia Avenue."
Please do.
Yeah.
Because dude, like when I tell
When
you,
we re-up though,
Oh,
they just
sure.
have hats and a couple of shirts. They don't have like enough stuff right now.
buy all the shit. Buy it.
Buy it all.
Buy it all.
Yeah. Purchase it all.
Get it.
Yeah, and
Because
then
I want my maroon, and I want him to redo the lilac. So help me help you.
the lilac is no longer available. Do you want the lilac for Get Home Safe, or are you talking about for the Bad Bitches United?
Both of them.
Well, we only did that for the Hug Your Friends.
But you did a.
Are you talking about the crop top? Because the crop top was Hug Your Friends. The lilac was Hug Your Friends. I did a collaboration with You Matter, but that was like a personal thing. That wasn't with them. Like I purchased it
Yes.
and added the Hug Your Friends to the sleeve
Yes.
just to like customize it for myself.
I guess it was a good home save because I swear it was Bad Bitches United. You did a lavender.
Nah, the only colors we did the Bad Bitches United. We did a light green, like the lightest green I ever
And
found.
it had purple writing.
Yeah, but that was from a supplier in California that's too expensive.
Right.
Like in order to get hoodies from them, I'd have to overspend and not make any profit to sell that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to sell super expensive hoodies. I want my hoodies to be affordable so more people can have them and enjoy it in their lives and spread the message.
And be comfortable.
You got to pick one or the other. Right now, I'm about spreading, supplying, how do we facilitate what community looks like and like feeding them.
Yeah.
And the money goes back to like just me having more equipment and upgrading the stuff or just doing dope ass things.
Yeah.
Because I want it to just feed itself. I don't want to spend my own personal money on this. I do enough.
Hell
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
no.
it's not personal.
Yeah. I was going to do that every question. Say, are you taking care of yourself? That's
Oh,
what-
me? Yeah, no, I'm actually doing phenomenal right now. In terms of me taking care of myself, I ignore a lot of folks who do not need to be in my life right now, quite honestly. A lot of people have taken what I've allowed them to take. So that's my fault. But with realizing who needs to be there and whose voice needs to be heard within my environment or who actually supports me, I've just had to reevaluate who really cares about me versus what I could do for them.
Right.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with people feeling that their relationships are... What's the word that people use, which I really question? What's the issue with that? Transactional. I don't have an issue with that. Well, this relationship feels so transactional. Yes, you like the person and they like you. You guys get to like each other at the same times. When things shift, you need to adapt to the shift and just be honest about what it is and what it's not.
Exactly.
And hopefully you guys have a real relationship where as things are shifting, both parties don't take it personal.
Yeah, and also we're talking about, dealing with other people. So that means their emotions, their thoughts, their feelings, the
Their
shit that they
honesty,
say.
their
Exactly.
willingness to actually have the hard conversations
what I mean?
with you or avoiding it.
Hey, when they shut you out, shut you out. You know what I'm saying?
And that's communication.
The
Them
shutdown.
shutting you out is communication.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's transactional because what if, that person's having a bad day and they just dump it on you?
Yeah.
And don't even ask you how you're doing.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that, oh, fuck you is a dub? Or does that mean that like, all right, well, this is heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to need some space after this is done.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you know, or I might not let you know that I'm going to take this space from you.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I agree as far as the transactional word because, bitch, it is transactional.
And then also understanding when your friendships take work.
Yes.
Like, you and I haven't had an honest to God conversation in like 2.5, 3 months. As soon as I saw you, I said, here, and here, take your time. I even left the room. I said, "You good?" And then after, I was like, "So how you been?"
Exactly.
And that's what hopefully a good friendship looks like. Not everyone needs that, but for the folks who need it, hopefully they can get it. And for the folks who can't get it, sorry to that man or that woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
there's only so much of me to go around.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry for you.
Yeah.
And
But I'm rooting for you from a distance.
love
Yeah.
you from
Yeah.
afar.
So what does self-care look like for you? Talk to me about it. If it's non-existent, what would it look like if it did exist?
What is self-care?
Look like for you? Okay, let's talk
like-
about self-care.
Oh, okay.
What is self-care? Yeah.
Self-care
For
is
someone like you who's been a writer and then ostracized by their own company for doing right by that company, because that's what the real T is, and then having to recreate your value as shit's been hitting the fan.
I feel like self-care has been, in that aspect specifically, just that specific moment, that was me diving into the brand. Remember, I was working with branding myself. I wanted to get stuff from companies. I wanted to be a product reviewer. That's what I wanted to do. And I ended up diving into that, like doing
How many
makeup
companies
and stuff.
How many companies were you working with?
I think I worked with over at least 10 in one year.
Which companies were actually good companies to work with out of those 10?
I loved Elf. I loved Elf so much. And then Dr. Brandt was lovely. Who else was there? Oh, Dr. Brandt. What is that one company? Cheese. I'm having don't do this. The vegan people with the hemp oil. That was fantastic. And also it was healthy, so that was really neat. The vegan ice cream people, don't remember.
Stop. That's your list. No, seriously, that's your list. I was talking to my friend Angwe.
Yeah.
I was talking to them about it.
Yeah.
And I told them, because their pronouns is they, them.
Understood, absolutely.
That they were asking me advice on how to deal with their parents not respecting their boundaries and who they are. They live in the house. And I told them, if your parents are willing to work on things that you view as a problem, make a list of 4 things. And then just start with the top 2. If they're willing to give it effort, cool, you can work with them. You can work on the 3 and 4. If not, this is where you stop giving a fuck. This is where you roll back, and this is where you realize they don't have the capacity that you need from them, so you need to just work on yourself and surround yourself with the right people who will be what you need them to be for what you need right now when it comes to mental health and anxiety, especially knowing that they are part of your triggers. And when it comes to companies that you would like to work with, you should do the same thing. That's why I asked you, you said 10, who are your top?
Yeah.
Once you get to 4, that's it. The room doesn't need to be any bigger than 4.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to get the best that you can out of the first 2, and the other 2 are going to see the attention that you're giving to them and say, if I feel this person's doing right by that product and they're doing a great job of representing us in these streets and what it is that we're doing when it comes to handling business, branding, messaging, building a community around it, and really sharing into the community that we're looking to tap into, they'll take care of you correctly. Otherwise, you now could give yourself permission to move on to other folks.
Absolutely.
And things have been different. So, they may be a different company about, I think 1.5 years was the last time you did work with them, or was it a year now?
A year and a half.
Year and a half. They could be a different company.
2 years, I think. And I want to slide this. I know we said 4, but the 5th one, the people who sent me to King's Dominion, hey, thank you. Love you. Miss you. Call me Miss.
Shout out. Hey, they were great.
They were
great.
I want to go back to King's Dominion, so send it to me and I'll go. Thank you. But you know what? Since we're talking about it,
Yeah.
I think one of the other things that I feel like holds me back is I feel like I was explaining again to my partner. I was like, yo, because he's like, you should just do PR. And I was like, well, the issue is the bread.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I was getting invited.
People always want to negotiate you out.
Right.
And supplement it with things that you didn't agree to.
And if we remember,
Yeah.
Coop was paying first to be in the room.
Yeah.
I wasn't riding nobody's coattail. Let's be clear. If there was something happening, I was going to buy my own ticket to be there to make sure I'm in the room. It just so happened that because I paid the money to be there and I paid a certain amount extra to be backstage, excuse me, you know, that is why I got the invitation the next time.
You did business correctly.
You know, and now, but you know, life is life and things are different. And it's just like, I do feel like I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because the funding, I need to make sure I have the funds in order to be able to do that stuff.
Which is a smart business decision. You should never go broke over the things that you're trying to grow. Exactly. Yeah, and your personal life, whatever you consider personal, shouldn't be the sacrifice to do all the stuff. Like, even me and my partner, we sit down, we negotiate, like, hey, what day do you want me where I just pay attention to you? Because once I come into this room, I be locked in. You can talk to me. Once I close that, I ain't gonna hear nothing. I don't know what you talking. Say the screen's closed. This is, you know, and we do a good job. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do all this stuff and I'm gonna be active, but I need to know what you need from me to make sure that, like, I'm protecting the relationship, because that energy feeds into the work that I do. Right. Yeah. Shout out to the significant others who support. Yeah. Hearts. Hearts. Shout out to my man. He got a lot of effort and focus, so that's beautiful. Yeah, you know, it's a lot different than what we've seen. We're not speaking on that. You're not going to do that to yourself. What's one piece of advice you would have? What's 3 pieces of advice you would have for someone who's suffering when it comes to mental health? Like, their mental health is shot right now. Yeah. Talk about it. Talk about it. You know, a lot of the times I personally feel like I'm a burden or annoying, and that's because I've heard it. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, yes, there is PTSD, there is a trigger from that, but talk about it. If someone says they fuck with you and they love you and they care about it, or about you, talk about it. Yeah. Because you need that release. And then also, you know, I don't do touch, physical touch. Yeah. Let somebody hug you. Yeah. Let somebody hug you. I'm gonna leave that right there. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. And then, no, I do have one more. I can give you one more. Okay. But okay. Talk about it. Let somebody hug you, and one small thing. Just one small thing. This year, I've learned and realized doing one small thing for yourself, it goes a long way. One small thing. Yeah. Whether it's, you know, you love yourself a good Snickers bar, go get it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If, you know, you really want to try that pumpkin spice latte with 3 pumps of whipped cream, please go get it. Yeah. You want to get that book from Barnes & Noble, or you just, I don't know, bro, you just want to sit outside and lay in the grass and chew some shrooms at fucking the Washington Monument. Go fucking do it. Just do the one small thing. It doesn't have to be, oh, yeah, bitch, we going to Bali. No. Because life is life. And also, shit is expensive and scary out here. We don't want to get trapped nowhere. You know what I'm saying? No. But what I'm saying is, one small thing. If you see a glitter sparkly pen and you really like it at the dollar store, buy it. Yeah. And I mean that shit. I'm always telling people one small thing. And a lot of people, surprisingly, and it's also even a little bit annoying. Oh, well, I can't do one small thing. Then you are not loving yourself. You are already prepared to tell yourself no. Yeah, absolutely. And I just happen to be the person you're having the conversation with. Absolutely. I mean, because if you really can't figure out how to give yourself one small thing, even if that's just sitting down and watching wrestling. Like, and you know, it doesn't matter if you have to schedule it. Yeah. Schedule it and fucking stick to it. Yeah. And if you can't do it, make sure you follow up after. If you work until 11:30 at night and you missed your show, if you can go back and stream it, or if you know it's coming back, or the rerun, even though we don't have TV like that anymore because it's not the 90s, we gotta wait for it to come back on. You know what I'm saying? Just watch it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Do the one small thing. If you gotta schedule it, plan it, budget it in, just make sure you do it.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just whatever it is. Again, it doesn't have to be expensive. One small thing that I do when I'm at work to keep my shit together, when my kids color, I print myself a coloring sheet.
Yeah.
And I color. You know what I'm saying? Like, I re-downloaded a coloring book app onto my phone.
Yeah.
Just because colors make me happy. I like coloring.
Yeah.
I like color theory. I practice color theory all the time in my brain.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Like, when I look at people on the train and on, on the bus, on public transportation, I'm like, ooh, sis got that tan. She got that.
The color palettes.
She got that cream. Ooh, and she threw in a little orange for pizzazz.
Yeah.
Mama is giving. Like, I love colors. And so, hey now, say now. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Beautiful. This is making me so happy. I'm so happy. You see it? Like, I hope y'all see it on the camera. I hope y'all caught it.
Yeah,
like the brightness. Like, this is amazing.
When I come up with the colors that I want to put together for the shirts, that's one of the things that I use, the color wheel, to put it together for what palettes do I think would match up correctly.
I love it.
Tell him I got him in 10 minutes. Just about to wrap up this interview. I got you. I forgot. We was in here rapping. She's seeing the color wheel too.
I know.
Yeah.
Is that the one I gave you?
Yeah, it's the same one you gave me. See, the right one will get you right gifts. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. This is so amazing.
They're very cheap too.
Like,
You see her breath? She like loves color theory and everything, so yeah.
Listen, not necessarily a complete artist, but I do love art in itself. And if I ever do get the opportunity to play with art, like, I'm going to play and like this. Ooh, like, wow.
Wonderful.
Wow. And it has like the vocabulary words. Cue, shade, hold.
Still
y'all.
packaging. Yeah.
Tint.
Yeah.
I have one. I think I still have the one from college that is like splattered with paint and all kind of shit.
She the one that painted that joint that's on the wall right there.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, that's her.
Cheese and crackers. That is fucking gorgeous.
Thank you.
Wow. Do you do cinnamon paints? Ooh. I feel like that was a conversation. Was it a conversation?
No, sorta. It is. I've been trying to get back to it, but it's difficult. Like, physically, it can be difficult. But
Understandable.
I'm working on it.
Understandable.
Yeah, we'll talk about this after February.
Yeah, absolutely.
After February. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, prayers are up for it, and I hope that you jump into it.
Thank you.
Because it would be beautiful, and I would come to your class. Just so you know.
All the setup.
You know.
All the jokes and
if you're
wine.
feeling puffy, puff and paint.
Yeah, tell him I got him in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes.
We can even get a little stretchy in. Yoga puff and paint. You know, we can get some freaky deaky body puff and paint, okay? Hey, call me, sis, when you ready. Because we can, I can give you the
body
ideas.
painting at one of your events? Or maybe it was face painting. It was the one where you had to kick out that guy who was taking pictures of the yoga.
No, we did a yoga event at Sandlot, and this man pulled up on his bike with his friend, and they decided to inappropriately record the women that were trying to do the yoga stuff, so we kicked him out of the space. And his friend that defended him came back to us and let it be known that he tried to bring up the story on Facebook, and he got ostracized by his community and family because everyone said you're a pervert, which he was. Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Correct. Yeah.
How dare?
Yeah. That was the time we were doing stuff with Jasmine and China, and that was a great day until they tried to do that. Devin and I kicked them out expeditiously. Yeah. Because we actually believe in safe spaces and what that looks like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hope Devin's doing well.
He's in LA right now. We'll talk about that later.
Go ahead, Devin.
Yeah.
I love it. You know,
Yeah.
I have thought about like a lot. Thought about like just going to spaces and areas and like trying to like get work done, do work.
Just do it.
Put it out there.
Just do it. Just do it. So where can the people find you? Do you not want to be found?
No.
I was gonna say.
I don't know.
Because I always support if people don't want to be found too. I'm both.
It's not that. It's just, I guess I was thinking about like what would they find me for? Because I don't really do anything.
Well,
that's what I was gonna say.
You just did a tattoo competition.
I did.
You also are still known for your work because artists are reaching out to you to talk to you about things.
Yeah.
One of the most recent artists we know from VA just recently, reached out to you. So, he's bucking in the right direction. And, you don't have to always showcase your work. Sometimes you existing is you are the work, and that's it.
That's true.
So, so where can the people find you?
Well, I am available on your local Instagram at Coopthecreator. That is CoopTheCreator. That's the educator in me. And on your Twitter, if you're here for a good time, not a long time. And if you would just want to DM me freely, even though you probably can DM me freely on Instagram, but at worst of all, so WORSTOF_ALL. And then just to shamelessly plug my ghost town of a business Facebook. You can also go to my Facebook for Coopthecreator also, COOPTHERCRATOR.
What's one piece of advice you would give your younger self now that we've had this conversation out loud?
The piece of advice I would give my younger self at my grand, lovely age of 32 years old, blessed to be here, is fuck what they talking about and do what's in your heart. Like, do what's in your heart.
Yep.
And go with your gut.
Good gut health right there.
Shout out to Mommy, Cynthia, Nene, Redmo. Always told me go with your gut because it's never wrong, and she's never been wrong about it. Anytime my intuition has spoken to me, screamed at me, made me run to the bathroom, she has never been wrong. And so, people want you to, fall in line and do the things and have the good job and whatever have you. Let's be quite clear. When you know who you are and you know where you come from, you're intelligent enough to know where you're going. And so you need to trust yourself and trust that you can get yourself there. So, fuck that noise. Fuck that, that path that people try to put you on because they've had their own fears and they live life and they wish they did things differently. They had their time. Your time is here and they don't live here like you live here because they're older. And do that shit. Especially when it's good for you, healthy for you. You're not harming anyone. You know what I'm saying? You're not destroying the environment. You're not, destroying people or whatever, harming people. Do that shit because you can help somebody, help yourself, help the world, change the world. And that's how I dead ass feel about it. Follow yourself. I'm not saying fuck your parents. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that gut. Follow it.
Because this camera about to